When justice fails, the streets fight back. They call themselves Darkstar and his crew, fed up with the crime infesting their neighborhood and with no faith in a broken system. They decided to become the change they wanted to see. From ex-military to ordinary neighbors, they're united by one goal: to reclaim their home. Training day and night, they're preparing to take on the darkness themselves. This isn't just a story, it's a revolution from the ground up. Find out what happens when everyday people say enough. In a city drowning in shadows, one street decided to fight back. They called him Darkstar, but he wasn't alone. Fed up with crime, drug dealers, and human trafficking plaguing their home, he and his crew knew they couldn't rely on the corrupt system. Some were veterans, others just ordinary people from the neighborhood, but all were united by a single purpose: to take back their streets. They trained, they prepared, and they became the justice their community desperately needed. For weeks, we've pushed our limits, honing every strike, every block. My crew and I, we call ourselves the Darkstar Vigilantes, have dedicated ourselves to one mission: reclaiming our streets. Tonight, the training ends. 13 of us move as one through the shadows. Our target, a notorious den known for preying on the vulnerable. We're not just here to make a statement. We're here to shut it down for good. We've surrounded the house, every exit covered. The time for talk is over. The night air was thick with anticipation. Darkstar gave the signal. 10 shadows detached themselves from the darkness. 5 moved silently towards the front door of the house, a known blight on their neighborhood. Another 5 slipped around to the back, their movements precise and coordinated. 3 more stood guard, their eyes scanning the street, ensuring the perimeter was secure. Tonight, this street would get a little bit cleaner. Tonight, they were taking a stand for their community. In the heart of the neighborhood, where shadows linger, a new light is shining. They call him Darkstar. He and his crew of 10 just made a major move against the darkness that was poisoning their streets. They descended on a problem house, catching the troublemakers completely off guard. In a swift, decisive action, 5 individuals were apprehended, their illicit operations dismantled. But the real victory, freeing those who were trapped inside, offering them a second chance at life. This wasn't just a raid, it was a rescue, a powerful message that the community is fighting back. Stay tuned and follow for more updates on how everyday heroes are making a difference. Ever felt like the system is broken? When the ones sworn to protect you are worse than the criminals they're supposed to catch? In one city, that's all changing. Meet Darkstar, a vigilante who, along with his team, decided enough was enough. They took on the gangs and the corrupt police, making their neighborhoods safe again. Seeing their success, the new mayor did something unprecedented. He deputized them. Now, Darkstar's posse has the law on their side. In the heart of a city choked by shadows, a new dawn breaks. Darkstar and his crew, once hunted as vigilantes, are now the city's chosen guardians, deputized by the mayor himself. Their mission: to root out the corruption that has plagued our streets and even our police force. They've established safe zones, beacons of hope in the darkest corners. And their numbers? They've swelled from a mere 18 to hundreds of citizens, all united to reclaim their home. The city's breathing again, feeling safer. Just 6 months ago, this city was a place you'd only want to escape, trapped in slums. Hope was a luxury few could afford. Then, everything changed. Darkstar and their crew emerged from the shadows, not as vigilantes, but as guardians. They carved out safe zones, pushing back the darkness, one street at a time. Now, look around. The sun seems to shine brighter, the streets are cleaner, and the mayor is even throwing a parade in their honor. This is a new dawn for our city. 6 months. That's all it took. 6 months since the mayor made a bold move, deputizing Darkstar and his crew as the city's true guardians. And what a 6 months it's been. Hundreds of the worst criminals, the most vicious traffickers, all taken off our streets. They even rooted out the corruption that had festered within our own police force. For the first time in a long time, it feels like things have truly changed for the better. A new dawn is breaking over our city. 7 months. That's all it took for our city's hope to be snuffed out. 7 months ago, the mayor gave us, the Guardians, the power to clean up our streets. Led by Darkstar, we pushed back the darkness. But our victory was a fleeting dream. The criminals and corrupt cops we fought had friends in high places. The governor declared our mayor, our mission, illegal. Now, we're driven back underground, labeled as outlaws. But they can't extinguish our spirit. The fight isn't over. Darkstar and his crew had been driven back underground. But defeat, that wasn't in their vocabulary. For 7 months, they were the city's deputized heroes, cleaning up the streets. But corruption runs deep. The criminals, the dirty cops. They paid off the governor, making the mayor's deputization illegal. So, they were forced back into the shadows. But did they stop? Not a chance. Legal or not, this is their city, and they'll fight for it, even from the darkness.
Boing, 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 boing.
When the governor outlawed the Darkstar vigilantes, they didn't just disappear, they scattered. Forced to change their names and leave their homes, they split into 8 groups. Their new mission, to take on the 8 most corrupt, crime-ridden cities in the entire country. They might be illegal in one state, but they're not illegal nationwide. Not yet. This is their chance to spread their message and bring justice to the places that need it most. The cleanup has just begun. 3 months ago, the Darkstar vigilantes were outlawed, forced from their home. But you can't keep good people down. They moved, spreading out to 8 of the most dangerous cities in the country. Now, they're growing again, cleaning up the streets, taking down criminals and corruption. In each of these 8 cities, small safe zones have appeared, places where the Darkstars keep citizens safe, where kids can play outside. And the sun just seems to shine a little brighter. They were just everyday people, forced out of their homes. But the Darkstar vigilantes didn't just fade away. They grew. From hundreds to thousands, they spread across the nation, taking on the 8 worst cities. They weren't superheroes, just good people, tired of corruption and crime. Now, those same cities hold parades in their honor. They proved that anyone can be a hero and make their streets safe. Follow 4 more stories of real-world heroes. Not all of the Darkstar vigilantes left. When they were outlawed, most fled. But Darkstar himself and a handful of his original crew refused to abandon their home. This city was their burden, a sprawling den of corruption and crime. They couldn't save everyone, but they could find the few good souls left choking in the darkness. Their new mission wasn't to fight the city's evil, but to guide the innocent out, helping them reach the new, safer cities they had started to build. It's been a full year since the Darkstar vigilantes first appeared, tackling corruption in the 8 worst cities in the country. We were just starting to celebrate. Their movement was catching on, with other cities finally cleaning house, ousting corrupt officials and police. It felt like a dream, a genuine chance to build a better nation for everyone. But just when we thought true peace was within our grasp, we learned that evil wasn't ready to give up just yet. It started in just one city. The Darkstar vigilantes, a group tired of corruption, took matters into their own hands. The mayor, seeing their success, actually deputized them. But the powerful and corrupt fought back. The governor, bought and paid for, outlawed them. Did they give up? No, they expanded. A year later, they were operating in 8 of the worst cities across the country, rebuilding and cleaning house. It worked. The nation became safer, but the corrupt had deep pockets. They went all the way to the top, paying off the president to make the Darkstar vigilantes illegal everywhere. They called us outlaws, not just in our home state, but across the entire nation. The president, bought and paid for, declared us illegal, but they made a fatal mistake. Last time, there were only hundreds of us. This time, millions across the country rose up, seeing themselves as Darkstar vigilantes. The chant echoed in the streets, "We are Darkstar." The people fought back, and we won. A new, brighter, safer future was born from the ashes. We are a Darkstar.